In this video, we're going to take a look at 5 essential lighting techniques that will allow you to get great looking footage whatever the situation, starting with one big soft light. Now, one big soft light is often the simplest and easiest way to get great lighting. The main things that you will need to think about here is firstly ensuring that your key light is powerful enough to make sure that your subject is the brightest thing in frame. Secondly, that your light is nicely diffused, most commonly by using a softbox. And lastly, ensuring that you're positioning your light to ensure that you're creating flattering looking shadows. When it comes to lighting the human face, many filmmakers will choose the Rembrandt lighting technique. Now, this is where one side of the face is illuminated, the other side of the face is in shadow, and there's just a small triangular patch of light hitting the shadow side cheek. The Rembrandt lighting look is popular because the contrast between light and shadow makes for a more visually interesting image and also makes the face appear more three-dimensional in your frame, which is something that many cinematographers will often strive for. Number 2 is sandwich lighting. In sandwich lighting, we start by placing our key light exactly the same way as we did for our first example, but this time we also introduce a second light behind our subject. The light behind the subject can be classed as either a backlight, a rim light, or a hair light, depending on the position it's hitting, and it's used to try and separate our subject from the background. This technique is called sandwich lighting, as you want to think of your subject sandwiched between two lights. And you want to make sure that your backlight is out of frame so it's not captured by the camera, unless you're going for that behind the scenes documentary look where you're capturing your lighting setup in the frame. Now, this video is just a quick overview of some popular lighting techniques. If you want a more extensive guide into professional lighting for filmmaking and photography, head over to our school community now and you'll find lots more resources and courses there. Technique number 3 is natural lighting. Now, this might sound simple, but often when you're indoors, placing your subject near a large source of natural light can be the quickest way to get the most flattering and effective lighting source possible. Windows are essentially big soft lights, and by placing your subject next to a window, this can be a great way to illuminate them and make sure they pop and stand out from a darker background behind them. If you're lighting a person's face, you can use the Rembrandt lighting here too, but on this occasion, you'll need to move the subject, not the lighting, to get the exact positioning needed. Number 4, bounce lighting. We're sticking with the theme of using natural lighting here, and bounce lighting is a great way in bright outdoor environments to use the power of the sun to make sure that your subject is properly illuminated. It simply involves reflecting the light of the sun or an artificial light back onto your subject to fill in any shadows. And bounce lighting isn't just reserved for outdoors in natural lighting. You can bounce artificial light back onto your subject to make a more softer and diffuse source of light. You don't need an expensive reflector too. Any piece of white material will work. Here's an example where we bounce some light off this board back onto our subject to make a more softer, diffuse source of light. Number 5, music video lighting. Music video lighting is a bit of a blanket term that we're going to use here to refer to any lighting technique that's very stylized. Often in film and photography, people will try to mimic the look of the natural light in a scene. So, for example, replicating the same light of a sun spilling through a window to their lighting and trying to create setups that look natural to the human eye. But stylized music video lighting is an exception, and here you're just trying to create lighting that looks really cool. Most often, this is done by introducing vibrant colours into your lighting, and often cinematographers will choose complementary colours of lights paired together to create a really cool look. Most often, the classic teal and orange look is chosen, and these colours remind us of the natural colours of a sunset, which is very pleasing to the human eye. But other popular choices include red and blue, green and orange, and sometimes even green and purple. Are there any lighting techniques that you think we've missed? Let us know in the comments below.